let's get into the dailies that we have for today. You want to begin with the daily graphic?
Yes, so on the daily graphic, we have Alan's resignation premeditated, and that's by the NPP. Teacher unions want SHS calendar reset. Special supplement on hospitality and tourism. GOIL plans to reduce bitumen import, and that's what we have on the front page of the daily graphic.
Right. I don't understand the headline that says Alan's resignation premeditated. I don't understand. Doesn't somebody think about it before he takes a decision?
Yes.
And so if you think about it, it means you premeditated.
Yes.
And so.
Maybe, okay, I think they probably felt like he knew,
Oh, he knew
that he was going to live a long
ago.
time. Like, he was just waiting for something to take off.
But you too, he has left and come back. You should know that there's always a possibility. Anyway, BJ Darocha warned you. So I don't know what the hue and cry is. The Ghanaian Times has these headlines. It says here, collapsed Dolly Bridge. Commuters forced to pay more. Travel time on Accra-Wa roads increases to 20 hours. Oh, Lord. Prices of goods and services shoot up. You know, it's already bad enough that you have to spend about 12 to 13 hours to traverse between Accra and Wa. Then the bridge that's, the road that is cut in two means that now you're going to spend about 20 hours in the same country. And it's not like we're not talking about, it's not Nigeria that we're talking from north to south. This is Ghana.
Yeah.
Same country, 20 hours. We need to figure things out, man. What happened to the railways? Ministry of Railways, what happened? MPP not hijacked. Party denies Alan's claim. Ghana to become first African country to issue FLEGT license. And we have 1,433 die, 10,367 injured in road crashes this year. Okay, but apparently the number of deaths is actually lower, considerably lower than what happened last year at the same time. Yeah, so anyway.
All right, so on the front page of the Finder, we have Dr. Baumia urges parents to advise underage children against registering as voters. Kanda pursues Bakavomawo 10 million Ghana cedis for defamation. MPP debunks Alan's claims. General Secretary rallies rank and file behind party. Alan Tremantin's resignation is an overkill, Elmina residents. And traffic control measures on the Tema motorway begins October the 2nd.
Okay. The Daily Guide has these headlines. MPP slams Alan, party not hijacked. We have Kandapa sues Bakavomawo, 10 million Ghana cedis. After forcing dodges police over BOG demo. You know the story. So, when the police are supposed to serve, if the police go for an injunction, right? The injunction is supposed to be served on the party that is being injuncted, right? So apparently the MPs, they are not available, and they are always not available. Wherever you say the MP is here, we are going to go and serve the person. When you go there, they have swerved.
Yeah.
Anyway, Woodbury bans Alan's posters. So there were photos online yesterday, videos online yesterday of people ripping down, out Alan's posters in Kumasi.
Wow. All right, so on the Republic Press, the big one here, NPP breaks up with Alan. Bakavomawo in hot waters as Kanda pursues 10 million Ghana cedis over bribery allegation. Alan wants to meet trades barbs over campaign posters. Domahine urges government to address Jubilee House protesters' concerns. Alan is finished as a politician. That's Kwamina Batel saying. And Bono East, flood destroys homes and properties at Vutideke.
All right, I have the Herald newspaper, and it says here, Tremantin clears air on Kufuor's involvement in his resignation. People don't know me. My political capital had nothing to do with Kufuor. Cozy Healthcare Initiative touches over 3,170 lives in Adenton. We have MPA moves to protect local fuel transporters, warns Chinese company with 600 tankers. Okay, that conversation we were having yesterday. Energy Minister shields Akufo-Addo's family's complicity in oil deals. Car Power getting secret payments again. Other IPPs ignored.
All right, so on the front page of The Custodian, we have Bahumia urges parents to advise underage children against registering as voters. Alan Trementin's accusations are false, says the NPP. Kandapa sues Bakavomawo 10 million Ghana cedis for defamation over alleged $1 million bribe. Alan Trementin's resignation is an overkill, says the Elmina residents. Construct the bridge now, or we construct it ourselves. Chiefs and the people of Via.
Yeah. The Ghanaian publisher, we have here, Kandapa sues Bakavomawo for defamation. Kozi's health initiative touches more lives in Adenton. Uphold principles that define us, MPP tells members. And we have Abna Osei distances herself from Alan. That's it.
All right, so on the front page of The Informer, allegation of $1 million bribe. Bakavomawo suffers credibility crisis, turns to OSP for salvation. But ministers says, Lai, sue him for 10 million Ghana cedis. Beta Alan commits suicide and reads on tributes. And failed 1977 history repeating itself. Alan's Unigov dead at birth. Building a prosperous continent. Bold leaderships needed. Akufo-Addo charges African heads. Arresting moral decadence. Atta Mills Institute backs GPCC.
Very interesting headlines there. The one about Bakavomawo.
Yeah. Allegation, okay, Bakavomawo suffers credibility crisis, turns to OSP for salvation. But ministers say, Lai, you got to sue him.
It's almost as if the paper is judging ahead of time that Bakavomawo doesn't have the audio that he claims he has.
Well,
the evidence of the bribery allegation. Do you see?
You know, like,
it's almost like the paper is concluding.
Yes. And you know, all the papers are almost saying the same thing, but I think it's, at this point, it's important to let him know if you really have something, bring it out.
No, but you see, here's the thing. He says, I'm going to OSP with what I have.
So do it. Let's not just, you know, like we were talking about yesterday, if you have a gun and you don't shoot, exactly.
Don't wave the gun if you're not going to use it.
Yeah. So if you say you have something, bring it out.
Yeah. All right, the Inquisitor. There's fire on the mountain. There's fire on the mountain. Police officers storm OSP with issues bordering on procurement. Oh, okay. Peace Council worry over Ghana's drop on the Global Peace Index. There's a feature in the New Inquisitor. It says, competent, versatile Dr. Prempe and international assignments due. Okay. Mischief gone bad. List of scholarship beneficiaries circulating on social media are old. Okay. So they're saying that somebody's trying to do mischief, but it's gone bad. The list that is circulating on social media of scholarship beneficiaries is old.
I saw that yesterday on X, and I asked myself,
but
it's old, but did it happen?
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Whether it's old or not.
It happened,
yeah.
right?
And if it's scandalous, it's still scandalous. You know, so it's like, is that your comeback defense?
Exactly. It's such a
is that a defense?
Very weak comeback like this. Yeah. Anyway, on the new publisher, we have You Can Go. Bye-bye. We wish you well. NPP tells Alan. Bakavomawo dragged to court over $1 million bribe allegation. Man found dead in abandoned toilet building. SEOs back Sosu's sanitary pad bill.
Okay. The ABC News. MPP charges supporters to stay united as Alan quits party again. National Security Minister sues Baka Vomawo for 10 million Ghana cedis defamation. MPP can still win 2024 if party leadership and members remain focused. It's an editorial in the paper. And Cozy Healthcare Initiative touches 3,000 lives in Adenton.
All right, so my last paper here being the Business and Financial Times. Climate change, Ghana positions to be center of global climate advocacy. Banking sector remains stable, profitability improves, says the BOG. Feature, support Ghanaian financial institutions to thrive. Feature, the concept of CVF and V20 explained. Agriculture, livestock sector's share of agriculture budget insignificant. Petroleum, Gulf sets sight on West African bitumen market. Insurance, insurers to support dwindling blood stock.
Okay, let's do a few online stories. We have citynewsroom.com, and we're going to go take a look at that. We have greed has replaced MPP's founding principles. This is Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo speaking. He was on face-to-face yesterday. We also have, and you know he's a founding member of the MPP as well, right? We also have here Nana Boachi debunks unfair treatment allegations raised by Alan Chomatin. We also have High Court strikes out injunction application against hashtag Occupy Jolobi House demo. Okay, that's interesting. Then we have Works and Housing Ministry calls on stakeholders to help fight flooding. And Mahama sympathizes with flood victims, condemns government's inaction. Works and Housing Ministry calls on stakeholders to help fight flooding. Who are the stakeholders? Okay. Don't build in waterways. Don't harden the ground. When you harden the ground, the water will run on the surface. You have flooding. It's basic science. Don't harden the ground. When you harden the ground, the water can't sink. And that's what causes flooding. It's not rocket science. Please. Anyway, we have a few. Let me just give you a couple more and then we'll go and do sports. Brutality at hashtag Occupy Jolobi House, the most shameful. Government must take the blame. Okay, this is Nyaho Tamaklo speaking again. And Catherine Afeko also ditches Alan Chomatin, says she's a loyal patriot. And Baumia warns against registration of minors on voter register. Well, let me give you a final one. I feel sad for Baumia. He's being used as a rubber stamp. This is Nyaho Tamaklo speaking. I mean, he said a lot of different things yesterday on Face to Face. So you can go watch that on our YouTube channel, CityTube. It's Face to Face. And just type in Face to Face and maybe dash Nyaho Tamaklo. It will come up. And then you can get to see the episode there. All right, it's time for sports. Don't go anywhere. All right, now on the sporting front, we have the Ghana's Black Queens thumped the She Amavubi of Rwanda 5-0 at the Accra Sports Stadium yesterday in the second leg of the first round tie in the 2024 Women's AFCON. Kudos to them. Now, the Black Queens went into the match with a 7-0 lead from the first leg, and they quickly added to that advantage through an Alice Kusi hat-trick in the 22nd, 26th, and 37th minutes. Now, Evelyn Badu and Stella Nyamiche completed the scoring in the 42nd and 93rd minutes, respectively, to give Ghana a 12-0 win on aggregate. The win sets up a meeting with Namibia in the second round, and if Ghana should make it through, it will book a place in the 2024 AFCON in Morocco. Now, Carabao Cup Holders Manchester United started their defense with a 3-0 victory at home to Crystal Palace on Tuesday night. Now the Red Devils got going in the 21st minute with an Alejandro Garnacho goal. They added a second in the 27th minute through a Casemiro header, and the Brazilian assisted Anthony Martial for the third goal to wrap up the evening for Manchester United. In the other matches played on Tuesday, there were wins for Burnley, Middlesbrough, Exeter City, and Ipswich Town. On Wednesday, the likes of Arsenal, Aston Villa, Chelsea, and Manchester City will be in action. And that's where we end sports for today.